All right, just wanted to show you a new feature and an old feature in Google Forms that you might find useful for your classes, especially for doing online assessments or quizzes. We'll do the old one first, and then we'll do the brand new feature that just came out today next, today being November 9th. So one of the things I talked recently about with some teachers is how you could secure a quiz so that one period students couldn't easily share the quiz link with the other classes so that they could go in and look at the answers ahead of time before filling out the form. So the way you do that is by putting in a question to start your quiz and saying, what is today's quiz code, and setting it to short answer. You then click down here for these dots and you go to data validation. That brings up this little section here where you can choose that it's a number, or you could make it a word for that matter. In this case, the number is equal to, and then I put in a random number, 6478. But that's not today's code. After I put that question in, I throw in a section break. That's this tool here, so that is the only question on the first page, which is required to be answered, and they have to answer it correctly before it will let them go on to the second page, which is where the actual quiz questions are. What this looks like is when they're taking it, they get a screen like this. If they type in the wrong code, they cannot click next to go on. They have to type in the correct code, which was 6478, and then when they click next, it takes them on to the next page where they can actually complete the quiz. So when you're doing this, you will have to change this code in between periods so that the students don't pass the code on to each other class. So the first thing you do when you have the kids come into class and take the quiz is you write the code on the board, or you give them the code and say, enter this for the first question. And that will let them get on to the second and the third question. So that's a way of securing a quiz with a data validation. Okay, then I have one of my quiz questions, and now we get to the new feature. Down here, you now have the ability to allow students, or anyone for that matter, filling out your quiz to upload a file. So in this case, I put upload a picture of your favorite author. I chose the question type file upload, and then I can choose how big a picture I want to let them upload. In this case, I wouldn't go too big. Somewhere in the 1 to 10 megabytes for an image is just fine. You certainly do not need them in this size. This would be if you wanted them to add a video clip or upload a video clip. Okay? You can then specify which types of files can be uploaded. In this case, I only want them to upload an image, so I unchecked the rest, and I clicked apply. And now this question is going to be in my quiz. So when I pop over here to the view of the quiz that the person answering it is, they answer that question, and then they come down here, they click add a file, and it allows them to go to their computer, select a file, and add it. Then they submit the form just as normal. What you see on your side is in the responses tab, you will now see on the summary page, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, all of the files and which person uploaded them. Okay, so if you're collecting usernames, I can click on either of those files to bring up that picture and view it, or I can click here to view the folder in my Google Drive, because what it does with this upload a file feature is it creates, here is my form. In the same folder that this form is, it will create a subfolder called using images for a quiz, which is the name of this form. And when I open it, in there will be the pictures that were uploaded as part of the submission of the form. So that's how you can lock down a quiz with data validation and add a question that allows the users to upload a form. Particularly good when you're dealing with parents and you want them to submit something.